Welcome to the weird and wonderful world of animals. Take a walk on the wild side and come on this silly safari where you'll discover the strangest, grossest, and funniest creatures on the planet. Animals that look like aliens, swamp monsters, flying beavers, we've got 'em all and more, so strap in for an awesome adventure into Planet Strange. From gigantic eggs to animals with multiple noses. We bet you didn't know this. So stick around for these mind-blowing facts. Did you know slugs have 4 noses? Although they're not the same noses we have. That would be silly. Instead, slugs have 2 pairs of tentacles on their heads that they use to gather information about their surroundings. Get a whiff of that. Can you believe that crows can hold grudges for up to 17 years? Study reveals. A study led by Professor John Marsluff at the University of Washington found that crows can remember human faces and hold grudges for up to 17 years. In the experiment, researchers wore a distinctive mask while capturing crows. Long after the initial event, crows continued to scold or mob anyone wearing that same mask, even crows that weren't there originally. Breaking news. Ostrich egg breaks record. Ostrich eggs commonly weigh 3 pounds or 1.3 kilograms and measure up to 15 centimeters or 5.9 inches in length. In 2008, an ostrich living on a farm in Sweden earned a Guinness World Record for laying an egg that weighed almost double the average. Now, meet the bug that poops candy. But before you rush to the candy shop, you won't find the candy these bugs produce on the shelves. However, you might be surprised to find out you may have been eating something that comes out of an insect's bottom without even knowing. But what is an aphid? An aphid is a bug that belongs to a family, including bed bugs, cicadas, and stink bugs. Despite being tiny, all of these insects eat by biting into their prey and sucking out their insides. An aphid's prey, however, is a plant, which means they are after its sap, a liquid that's a mix of sugar and water. From sap to candy. Once an aphid feeds on the sap of a plant, its stomach burns off the parts of the food it needs for energy, leaving only the sugary bit behind. This clear and syrup-like liquid is known as honeydew, something that ants love so much. They will sometimes guard aphids so they can have access to a constant supply. Ants have even been seen drinking an aphid's poo straight from their bottoms. So, who else eats aphid poo? Aside from ants, bees do too. This sweet sap can be found in certain kinds of honey. This is called honeydew honey, or is sometimes called forest honey, because it's made from insect residue that bees collect on trees. Fun fact. There are thought to be approximately 4,500 species of aphid found on our planet. And these aphids can produce the same amount of poo as their own body weight every 2 hours. The next animal that's worth discussing is a real-life swamp monster. And it really exists. Presenting the unbelievable mata turtle. Good luck spotting this freshwater turtle. It's a master of camouflage. The mata's head looks like a leaf, and its textured shell allows it to disguise itself as tree bark floating in the water. Truly cool, hey? Native to South America, matas can't chew, so they suction feed. They wait for fish to come by, open their mouth as wide as they can, creating a low-pressure vacuum that hoovers the fish up. Nicknamed needle nose, because its neck and nose are so long, it can use them like a snorkel to breathe while sitting at the bottom of a stream. They spend 99% of their time in water. Surprisingly, most adult matas can't swim. As ambush predators, they can get around this by staying motionless for hours waiting for their next meal to swim to them. The flaps on their skin are covered in nerve endings, letting them detect sound and vibrations in the murky waters they inhabit. And the last weird creature for today's video is the parachuting beaver. It's raining beaver. In 1948 Idaho, USA, it really was. Some regions were overrun with beavers causing mayhem and damaging the land with their dams. In other regions, water supplies were poor and could do with some beaver help. The Fish and Game Department came up with a plan to solve the beaver problem, to move some of them to less populated areas and help them thrive. A plan had been hatched, but there were still problems to overcome. The beavers would need to be boxed up and transported long distances by truck and horse, and kept cool and constantly watered. The journey would have been hot, long, and distressing for the animals, who had a habit of becoming aggressive and refusing to eat when they were stressed. Many would not have survived the journey. Elmo W. Heder, an employee of Idaho Fish and Game, had an idea: tying boxes of beavers to parachutes left over from the war, allowing them to float down from transport planes to safety. He got to work and created a special box that could hold 2 beavers and release when it hit the ground, giving its passengers their freedom. On August 14, 1948, 76 beavers in boxes flew to a new life in the wilderness, with only one unfortunate casualty. The plan had succeeded and saved the beavers from being culled or making a longer, likely more dangerous trip. Thankfully, nowadays animals can be transported by plane without needing to parachute out. Did you know that beavers can help establish wetlands, create a habitat for other species, and also improve water quality for humans? It sounds great, right? But back in 1948, the huge beaver population was causing problems in areas of Idaho. So there you go. You have just met a disgusting slug who has 4 noses, a crow that can hold grudges for up to 17 years, an ostrich that lays 3-pound eggs, a bug that poops candy, a turtle whose head looks like a leaf, and a flying beaver. Make sure you watch our other videos for more weird animal facts.